Hey viewer, thanks for stopping by the Rev Reaction channel. We're just going to be going over some videos today. As per usual, I've collected a couple of videos that y'all might appreciate as car enthusiasts or people that just want to pass by their lunch and have something to have on in the background. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. And yeah, let's have some fun with it.
It's going better than mine. This is, I don't know what the hell the point of this stupid ass little median is. It's like a square. Let me flip my camera. So here's the parking lot. There's a giant empty parking lot. And of course I choose to park right here over there. And I didn't even realize it. I just went to drive straight because I didn't see anything else. I drive straight and now my shit's stuck over the damn median. Like I literally can't even
my
move
goodness, just
car.
scratching
On top
the
of that,
undercarriage.
with my brand new bumper that I just got. I'm still waiting on
Brand new bumper, don't say it. Hopefully he has
scraped the
PPF on there.
shit out of my brand new bumper that I just got installed like 3 weeks ago. So I guess hopefully your day's going better than mine. But at the end of the day, it's just some materialistic shit, and someone else is going through a lot worse shit at the end of the day somewhere else. But that sucks. I don't know why Arizona has these stupid median little square things without trees in them. I could understand if there's like a tree in the road or in the ground, but there's not even a tree. It's just some square little,
like, oh my gosh, like you're just having a good time. You're pulling out of a parking lot and all you hear is just the worst sounds. And you know, like you could tell this guy like really loves his car. Just imagine just the sounds like that it was making going over that. I'd like to imagine that these type of cars that are, I mean, I have no familiarity with like expensive bougie cars, right? But I would like to think that they have some sort of like undercarriage protection, maybe like a splash shield of some sort. So hopefully he's all right.
Sticking out of the road, like that's not even part of my car. These wires down here are part of the ground. But
just a cigarette butt there. Such a pretty car though. Wow, look at the color. I'm a sucker for like a nice like yellow color, especially with black. I don't not
let me know if you need help.
Bumblebee-esque, but just it's a good combo. This guy's hilarious. Brady.
Wow. Didn't know your car could drive like that, huh? No. No, I did not.
All the different characters
hey,
he does.
Shop. Well, howdy, Jeffrey. What can I get you? Yeah, let me get a journal bearing, thrust bearing, O-ring, thrust ring, piston ring. Actually, you can just go in the back, sir. All right.
You know him by name.
There we go. That should be everything. Finally. Damn, I think you're going to blow out the suspension. Probably doesn't weigh any more than those heifers you were bringing home. That was my mother.
He sounded like Goofy.
Want to go see my car?
Heifers.
Hell yeah. Damn, that man can drive.
Just redlining everywhere.
Feast your eyes. Oh my God. That's right. 1969 Camaro. 1500 to the wheels. You want to hear start up? Hell yeah.
1500. Like insanity. Love that. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. It's like every character he does has a different personality. Like, oh, the laugh and everything. It's great.
A Sun City woman wants Circle K to pay for the damage done to her car.
Circle K, pay. You could tell that was in the edit room for a while. He was like on Microsoft Word. How do I start this? He's like, Circle K, pay. Bars.
2022 Dodge Challenger pretty much every day.
About that.
But last month, Jenna says she and some friends drove Randy to this Peoria.
Hold on. Is Randy the name of the car? Chill.
But last month, Jenna says she and some friends drove Randy to this Peoria Circle K and parked right in front of the store. However, when Jenna left the store and tried to back up, the unexpected happened. That peeling away was Jenna's front bumper. These are pictures Jenna took just moments afterwards. Apparently, one of the metal rebars seen here, which secures the parking stump, was protruding up and snagged Jenna's bumper as she was backing out. Jenna says she went back inside the Circle K to notify their staff, who in turn took their own
Y'all shouldn't be
pictures of
parking
the
over the
car
bumper.
and
Come on
promised
now.
Jenna
Or
someone would
over
be
the curb.
You can see all of this damage here, and this is lifted.
Jenna managed to piece the bumper back together the best she could, but as you can see, the damage still exists, including a missing fog light.
Come on, Jenna. You shouldn't be parking over the little... Maybe she pulled out that little median, you know, like... I don't know. I'm not going to accuse anyone of anything.
$3,100 in damage.
But, you know, from experience, I've literally done that. Like... Yes, it's a shame to admit, but I've actually, like, driven over, like, the parking, like, barrier. And then, like, when pulling out, like, it literally pulled my bumper off. Like, thankfully, all the hardware wasn't there initially to start with. So it came off, like, relatively easily. So I put it back on
6 weeks later, Jenna says she hasn't heard a word.
relatively
from Circle K.
easily, I'll say.
So why do...
So this is... We're jumping into a next clip. I don't know if y'all caught that. Let's go ahead and start. Damn, just brittle.
Why do these trucks, that is the second generation Dodge Rams, have horrible dashboards that are basically made out of pottery or
That's
potato
insane.
chips? But the previous generation Dodge Ram trucks have better plastics for their dashboard. In the late 80s, Chrysler was the peak of their plastics game because they had their own division in-house called AccuStar, where they made their own plastics. Chrysler vehicles designed from this period are still holding up just fine nearly 40 years later. I mean, check out this Dakota. Look how perfect the plastics are. But this quality would soon go away because Chrysler was strapped for cash. In order to avoid bankruptcy, they started trimming divisions. In 1993, they sold AccuStar, the division
I was born in 1993.
that made the plastics for $63
That's when shit started going bad, apparently.
million to Textron. This short-term gain may have helped save the company, but that was going to cost them in the long run. Because now they were relying on an outside supplier that was focused on making profit versus making a quality product. So they sold them inferior plastics that would not handle aging or ultraviolet radiation.
I can attest to that. Not necessarily the Chrysler situation, but having a very brittle dash that just, once baked in the sun, it was just basically like, how do I describe it? Just glass dropping. Like, I had a 2002 Firebird as one of my first vehicles. I'll say my second vehicle. And those like type of cars, they had very brittle dashes, including the Camaros of that era. And like, oh my goodness, I had to buy a dash mat. I remember going to like the Pulga, what we call the Pulga. Oh my gosh, we're in South Texas. I forget. I'm like talking to people that are not from here. So, I'm talking about a flea market, a flea market where they basically do custom. They have a little booth. Everyone has a little booth. I'm not going to describe a flea market to you. Okay. But they have a custom booth, and it was like for like dash covers. And I remember my mom taking me to this place. It was called Bargain Bazaar. And basically there was a setup there, like a booth, and I had to get one of these like dash mats because like my car, like plastics were so brittle, like on the dash that, oh my gosh, it was embarrassing. Like sometimes, like every other day I was pulling out a little chunk, you know? So it was nice to have a cover because, wow.
And as consumers, we are like...
On to our next clip.
I swear I'm about to lose my everlasting fucking mind. If it ain't one thing, it's another. This week I was finally like, oh, okay, I might have some extra money. I can take my kids to eat or something. Oh, but no. Why the fuck would I ever be able to enjoy life? Nope. Nope.
Oh,
can't do that.
my
Gotta get
goodness.
because
Look at the tire. There is no tread on there. Y'all been to the tire shops? They have that like diagram where it shows you how many grooves and like how deep a little dime or a penny should like look in reference to it.
oh my god, like look how bald that is. That's bad. I know. I'm just a girl. Okay. I know
It's
I
not
need
just
all
one.
4 tires.
Come on now.
Look how bald. They're
Oh,
so bad. My tires are so bad. But I was hoping to like put it off
Tires
you
be
know, for a
expensive though,
couple weeks.
legit. I need to do mine soon.
Look at
They're not like that, of
It's
course
so
not.
bad.
But
I know.
but I would
nope.
like some new ones.
Now, I gotta spend my extra money to go down and get a fucking tire.
Aw, I feel that. You know, everyone's feeling a little bit of pinch as far as finances, especially in this time. So I definitely sympathize with this lady, but you have kids, you gotta protect them. You know, this is like one of the comments in the video was saying like, you know, your tires have been been like this for a long time. Like, but sometimes people don't have like that reliable, like knowledgeable person in their life to kind of tell them like, hey, like that's not cool or that's not safe. You know.
So here is a
get into our next clip here.
£600,000 Lamborghini with Roto, which has been involved in an accident. So I managed to pick it up for £230,000, but you can see how bad the damage is here.
Wow.
Now I got the car to my unit and
I love
in
this
the
guy's
ramp,
YouTube
and we started
videos.
stripping this thing apart. I found damage to the front subframe, which is full carbon fibre, which actually cost £55,000.
Jeez, that's
But
more
on
than most
screen here,
cars.
you can see the orange cables, which are actually the high voltage lines, because this car is a hybrid.
Okay.
It has a 400 volt battery running from the front of the car all the way to the back. Now, because of this,
be
when the car's
expensive.
in an accident, there's a fuse which cuts off the power to the high voltage system to stop any fires. Now, we had to take out a box in front of the battery to try and find that fuse. We stripped apart the box, found the fuse, and put a new pyro fuse in. After that, we built it all back up together, and still, we couldn't get the car started. We couldn't tell the computer on the car that it was safe to start again. It still had that crash data stored on it. After that, we peeled off the wrap, made it back to its original colour, white, started adding
Wow,
all
it
the
looks
panels
so
to
much
it,
better
added
in
an
white.
exhaust to it, added wheels to it, and the car was looking amazing.
Whoa,
But still,
great.
the car would not start. We later found that Lamborghini haven't even developed the software enablers to cancel the crash data on the car. So once the Revolto's in an accident...
Wait, your software locked out of your car. That is like the most new age like problem I've ever heard. Like I've heard of like you know, having those type of switches that go off when you're in a crash, but usually you can manually reset those. But you know, that is wild. You're literally software locked out of your car. What he's doing is just rebuilding it, right? So he can resell. And like that's not even like an option for
official
him.
way to fix it right now is to replace the full hybrid battery of £35,000. But there's got to be a way we can get into the computer system to allow it to start. But who knows? For now, I've just got a £600,000 ornament sitting there.
I was gonna say like that's as much as a car, right? 35,000, but I'm just like, I've never been one to buy a car like brand new anyway. Like I've always got my cars from like, you know, a solo person just owning the vehicle, and it wasn't even until the last car that I started doing research into like how many owners it's had and all that, right? But yeah, no, that's wild. Hopefully he's able to resolve that, because it's just like a computer issue. Like if all the hardware is there and it's all talking to each other, it should just work. So let's go ahead and get into our next clip. I'm not even sure what it is, so let's find out together. Sorry, I got excited. That's not that's the lady narrating just makes that video, honestly. Sir? Excuse me, sir? We're not ready for this video yet, sir.
That's why I'm about to. I know I need all 4 tires.
Whoa, we really went back. That's the way the wood was creaking as it was falling, it sounded like that, like I forget his name, that actor, something Peña, where he's like, where they're having him do like a line really like over and over again. I'll put it here, and it's like it's so funny.
How long have you been with her?
Say that again, but then do your fart sound. First do your fart sound.
How long have you been with her?
So let's get into our next clip. I put this in there because like I can honestly appreciate like the level of effort it takes to like really make certain things pop. Like it's an artist that's actually handling these things. So like whenever you're paying big money and like I guess the vehicle you're buying is equipped with these type of like features, it's just like look at the effort that's taken to make this like very unique interior panel. Brushing down everything, it looks like with some sort of contact adhesive. But what do I know? This guy's a pro. The sounds. Yeah, it's like a contact adhesive. He's like spraying like the panel and like the fabric on the underside. I'll tell you what, I've tried to do a headliner like by myself. I had the suede and everything, and oh my gosh, like I was not equipped. It's not a one-man job, like, and that I had to use some contact adhesive. That's the only reason why I have some sort of reference to what he's doing. Wow, look at that. I'm not sure what this panel even goes into, but just like something like this would completely transform the interior of a vehicle, you know? And they be having this kind of stuff on those really nice cars.
Through
So
one of the weirdest domino
let's go ahead and get into our next
effect
clip here.
failures I've ever seen. An aftermarket valve cover just cost me my entire engine. This is a 2000 Volkswagen Jetta TDI with the 1.9 turbo diesel engine.
A
This
valve
car
cover.
had a really bad oil leak at the valve cover when I bought it, so I replaced it with one from Febby Bilstein. And it lasted 4,600 miles. Yeah, 4,600. This is the original valve cover, and you can see that it has a plastic oil baffle that goes around the cam, and it's held in by 4 screws that go up from the underside. One there, and there. And this is the Bilstein. Same oil baffle, same screws. 1, 2, uh-oh, those are missing. Yeah, you can see where
Oh
this is
my
headed.
goodness. So in the aftermarket valve cover, he was missing 2 screws, meaning that like it's in the engine
One
somewhere.
of the screws was caught in the head, but the other one made its way down that oil return to the crankcase.
Of course.
The way I found this problem is not at all what you would expect. I was getting off the interstate on the off-ramp, went to downshift, hit the clutch, and the motor stalled, which really confused me. So the car rolled to a stop. I tried to restart it, and it would not start unless my foot was on the throttle to keep it above idle. And it would really only run from 1,500 RPM and up. And it ran bad, like misfired, the check engine light came on, and the glow plug light was flashing. So I limped it back to my shop. I hooked up my scanner, and this was the code: crank speed signal implausible. So I replaced the sensor and checked all the wiring back to the ECU, and everything was perfect, but nothing fixed the car. So I was completely baffled. And that's when I found this damage on the tone wheel.
Oh my goodness.
Caused by
Oh my goodness. You could see with the screw like threads, it looks like it kind of like dragged across there.
The good news is that tone wheel is replaceable if you drop the crankshaft. Now, the problem is that wasn't the only damage I found in the engine. I was going to just bend the tone wheel back and maybe on a hope and a prayer it would run right. Then I found this in the oil pan. This is part of piston number 4's skirt. So basically what had happened is that screw got jammed between the tone wheel and the piston.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it got like it's scoring. Like you can literally see the threads of like the screw like getting dug in. That is wild. Like you literally like what he. You think whenever you're doing some sort of modification in your vehicle, you're improving the vehicle's function, right? Like he went from like the OEM valve cover to like the. I like the way the other people say it. The other people they say aluminum. But it's like the aluminum valve cover. I want to assume, you know, maybe it's not aluminum, but whatever. I like saying aluminum. But what I'm saying is that like you think you're doing an upgrade, right? And then it ends up being something that impairs your not only performance, but in this guy's case, like his actual vehicle, like from functioning. Like he's like, oh, okay, well, I have a valve leak. Let me just go ahead and like get a whole new aluminum version of it, right? And then just ends up being something that sets them back like a lot more.
Out of the car and has to be completely torn apart.
That sucks, man.
Over a valve cover. Naturally, that's not the only ALH that I own with a Febby Bilstein valve cover. My mail truck has one too, and you better believe it's coming off.
So like, I guess I'm not sure like how those screws like fell off. It's just like maybe like it wasn't. I don't know, like because he's saying like that the screws somehow fell out of that valve cover, but like I don't know. You would think you would be comparing the parts when you get them, but it's just you know one little slight oversight can cost you your engine if you're like you're messing with those type of components.
Do not run the Febby Bilstein valve cover. It is a ticking time bomb.
Okay, so I just got this car 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's a brand new car. I brought it in for service on Monday because none of the buttons on the steering wheel were working.
Clue one. That's clue one.
But I'm like, fine, they fixed it. I'm driving in the car with my kids, and this thing literally just fell off as I was making a turn. I am in the car with my children. This is unacceptable.
Okay. I'm not going to blame Jeep on this one because that's like a technician thing. I've had to not replace, but I, you know, got an aftermarket steering wheel for my vehicle. And whenever I was disassembling the airbags and all that, usually there's like some Torx bit, like screws that go like diagonally into the airbag to like, you know, retain it there in that little bracket there in the middle. I have a reference for that here. So this is what I was doing. And yeah, the same kind of thing applied. Like in order to take the airbag out, I had to like unscrew a Torx bit here and a Torx bit here. Not that that's how this Jeep works exactly, but essentially I'm thinking it's a technician issue that maybe like they forgot to, you know, verify that it was plugged in proper. Let's go ahead and jump into the next clip here.
So here's why you should never in your life buy a cherry picker from Harbor Freight. Now the reason why is I was trying to put this freshly rebuilt V6 into my Nissan Altima, and what happened is it took a shit on me. Can you tell me what's wrong over here? Because I can clearly see some bends, and the worst part is the nuts that were supposed to be here bent so back and made it into the actual frame. And you can't even see this one. It's like right there.
Wow.
Oh man, this cherry picker's toast.
So what I was seeing in the comment section of this video was that like, so there's supposed to be like some reinforcement bracket on the back of this cherry picker, which is like an engine kind of cradle, like puller, you know, and basically he hadn't implemented that, and you can literally see like the box from Harbor Freight there. So, and it looks like he has another like cherry picker there on the left, but you know, people were saying that it's missing the brace on the back.
It's toast.
And also that on the bottom here, there's supposed to be some washers to like put on the back of the nut so that it's grabbing more of the metal, you know, and that he wasn't. Maybe it was an assembly error. What do y'all think in the comments? Go ahead and put that down there. I'm gonna jump to the next clip here.
Is the best side hustle for 2025 with high profits, low startup cost, and anyone can do it. Let's get into it. Up first.
I put this clip in here because, you know, I'm looking for different ways to make money on the side. It's just, you know, we're all trying to aspire to achieve our dreams and all that, and pay the bills, right? So I thought I'd include this in there because I thought that if you have the right mindset for it, you can cash out on certain things here. So let's go and continue.
We have this Cadillac SRX console lid. It's going to sell for around $120, give or take a little bit, and it's only a couple bolts to take out. Pretty easy if you ask me. And now we have this Acura MDX trim set. They're going to sell for $150 all day long, every day of the week, if you can find them in good condition. They are hard to find in good condition.
It's like wood grain, right?
Moving on to this Buick Enclave. These are everywhere at my yards, and this dash cubby is worth around $90 free shipping.
90
so that's going to be an
bucks.
easy $40 profit. Now,
Nice.
here's a banger for you. It's a F250 jump seat center console armrest. That's going to sell for around $300. If your crazy ex ever throws you into the back of a car, this is how you get out. You just got to pull that release lever and you're good to go. Now is a 2008 Dodge Charger radio bezel. I will pop the climate control out and sell it without the climate control because I don't want that extra $25 cost.
Yeah, so like obviously these individuals that do this, they're going to junkyards and they're buying these things and flipping them on, you know, various sites like eBay and all that. And pretty much what he's saying is like, I'm not gonna like take the AC unit out because I'm not trying to buy that, and that the bezel itself like makes the good money. So
Good. Now this one's not going to make me any profit, but I wanted to show it anyway.
it's all knowledge, like it's all stuff that you need to know what the market is for, you know.
See, it's already cracked and broken. This is my favorite kind of pull, one that's already done for me. All I had to do was pull that hose off and good to go. There's $90 in the bank. Let's get it.
$100. It's wild. Damn. I guess if you know what you're looking for, right?
So many spikes.
I know.
Yeah. What's up with all these spikes, bro? All these spikes and shit. That's a cart.
Spikes. No, it'd be like that though. Like, I remember the last 3 flats I've had have all been in like Tire Fix Alley, which is like the road that runs parallel to our railroad track around here. And oh my gosh, I make it a point to like not drive over there, especially during rainy, like after rain and stuff like that. I think someone told me like that when it rains, all the nasty stuff comes to the surface. I don't know how true that is, but the last time I've had to get tire patches done, it was because I was driving in the rain in that area. So I don't know how true this is, but it just kind of like sounded relevant to my history.
What could have you done, or what did you do for somebody to cut your brake lines on your car? That
Some
is
infidelity.
next level shit,
That'll get you there.
Look at
Cheaters.
Basically, they want you dead.
I'm goddamn drinking straight gas, octane.
Hit that moon, man.
Ain't that moon, man.
What that octane? 93.
93. I love that. And so it's not just clips here. I actually have done a couple things to my vehicle recently. I've extracted the carpets. Okay, that's a lie. I extracted the car seats because I had never done it since I got the car. And let me just go ahead and show you what was coming out of the passenger seat. I thought the passenger seat was the good seat. All right, I thought it was the seat that, you know, it looked the best and no one's sitting in there, so it ought to be fairly clean, right? You tell me. Look at that. Literal Yoko Crispy. That's some like chocolate milk right there. Nah. You should have saw what was coming out of the other seat, the driver's seat. That was pretty gnarly, but I had to do a good amount of passes on this one. And this is what it looked like after. Oh, it's not even brown. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So on that note, This has been Rev with Rev Reaction, and thanks for stopping by the channel. Let's just go ahead and keep this momentum coming. Thanks for viewing, and I'll see y'all in video 3. So thanks. Y'all have a good one.